And my wife, with $30, went down to the store.
He wants to humiliate her. Kevin Costner is out for revenge against wife Christine Baumgartner after her divorce filing. And now she worries Yellowstone star will have police escort her out of their $145 million Santa Barbara home.
Famous for killing each other, which was about this angry.
Kevin Costner's wife fears the Yellowstone star is out for revenge against her after she filed for divorce. Sources tell DailyMail.com. He wants to humiliate her, a close friend of Christine Baumgartner said. This isn't about the house. It's about making Christine's life a living hell for actually going through with the divorce. The 49-year-old handbag designer has until the end of the month to vacate the $145 million Santa Barbara mansion that she and the 68-year-old actor and director had previously shared. Christine said she wouldn't be surprised if Kevin had her escorted off the property by police, the friend says. It was Christine who wanted to make this transition as peaceful as possible for the sake of the children. Kevin has done the complete opposite. He's not thinking about the kids, about how traumatizing this is. Baumgartner filed to end the 18-year marriage in May. The couple had dated for 6 years before they tied the knot at the star's home in Aspen, Colorado, in 2004, shortly after he and first wife Cindy Silva divorced. Baumgartner had agreed to leave the family home, but only on her own terms. She previously said in court filings that she would leave the estate on August 31st, following the results of a court date originally scheduled for July 12. The couple's prenup states that Baumgartner has a month to vacate the premises if either partner files for divorce, although she appears to have passed the original deadline. The judge set a new deadline of July 31 for her to be moved out. Baumgartner says Costner is asking the court to precipitously kick her and the children out of the family home. Costner has said he will give her $30,000 a month to rent a property of her choice and $10,000 and the use of all his staff for the move. But Baumgartner's friend says Kevin knows that finding a suitable place to rent in the Patero Lane community is going to cost much more than what he was originally offering Christine. He could have made this easy. He could have offered an amount that made it viable to continue living in the community, but he's opted to punish her. Costner was not only the primary breadwinner, but the only person making money recently. Baumgartner says she has no income, no earning capacity, and no accessible assets, other than about $50,000. Costner is being represented by the top divorce attorney Laura Wasser, who reportedly served as an inspiration for Laura Dern's lawyer character in Noah Baumbach's critically acclaimed film Marriage Story, which earned Dern an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Wasser has defended the validity of the prenuptial agreement in court, and it appears that the judge is inclined to agree with her, although it is not a done deal yet. A hearing to address the document's validity won't happen until November, and Baumgartner is expected to continue challenging it. The judge may have opted to follow the document's provisions before considering it more fully at the later date, but the preliminary move to get Costner's ex out of the house indicates that the judge may agree that the rest of the document is also valid. Baumgartner will also be forced to return $1.5 million paid to her by Costner if the judge determines that the prenup is valid, and she will also reportedly be forced to pay his attorney's fees for defending the document. Baumgartner previously wrote in court filings that she was hesitant to leave her home without having a plan and funding in place, if only for the sake of her children, whom she doesn't want to have to move multiple times. She claimed that Kevin wants me to rent a place without a financial plan in place. However, I have our 3 children to think about. It is contrary to their best interests to commit to rental that I may not be able to afford, particularly as that would ultimately lead to multiple relocations. My goal has been and continues to be maintaining as much stability for our children as possible, which includes having the proper resources and plan in place, so that I can establish a stable home for them, rather than making temporary and inconsistent housing arrangements, she continued. The Yellowstone star was on the hook to help his estranged wife relocate per their prenuptial agreement, but it was a relatively paltry sum for their lifestyle. Costner would have paid her a reported $1.5 million to find a new home, but with California's elevated home prices, particularly if she tried to stay near Costner, she may have had difficulty finding something similar to the luxury she and her children are accustomed to. Costner has deposited $1.5 million in Baumgartner's bank account to get her to move out of his mansion, and he said he had given her $200,000 earlier in their marriage, in line with their prenuptial agreement. However, Baumgartner hasn't touched the money, as she says doing so would rob her of her ability to contest the prenup's validity. Kevin Costner wants to humiliate wife, make her life a living hell amid divorce. Report: Kevin Costner reportedly wants to get revenge on his estranged wife, Christine Baumgartner. A source, described as a close friend of Costner's ex, claimed to the Daily Mail Wednesday that the Yellowstone actor wanted to humiliate her pal after she filed for divorce. "This isn't about the house. It's about making Christine's life a living hell for actually going through with the divorce," the insider alleged. The former handbag designer, 49, who shares 3 children with the Oscar winner, 68, must vacate their Santa Barbara, Calif. mansion by the end of the month after a judge reinforced the premarital agreement they both signed in 2004. Christine said she wouldn't be surprised if Kevin had her escorted off the property by police, the source went on. "It was Christine who wanted to make this transition as peaceful as possible for the sake of the children." However, the insider claimed Kevin has done the complete opposite. "He's not thinking about the kids, about how traumatizing this is," they explained. Page 6 has reached out to Costner's rep for comment on the claims made in the report. Baumgartner filed for divorce from the actor in May after 18 years of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. They tied the knot at Costner's home in Aspen, Colorado, in 2004, at which time they signed a prenup that stated she would leave their marital estate within 30 days. In the event of a separation. Although Costner said he would give his estranged wife $30,000 a month to rent a new property, in addition to $10,000 for moving costs, Baumgartner's pal claimed the amount wasn't sufficient. Kevin knows that finding a suitable place to rent in the Patero Lane community is going to cost much more than what he was originally offering Christine, they said. He could have made this easy. He could have offered an amount that made it viable to continue living in the community, but he's opted to punish her. The former couple, who both requested joint custody of their 3 kids, Caden, 16, Hayes, 14, and Grace, 13, have also been arguing over child support payments. Earlier this week, the Bodyguard star was ordered to pay more than double his proposed amount of child support. According to court docs obtained by Fox News, Costner will pay $129,755 per month to support their 3 children together, along with $200,000 in attorney's fees and $100,000 in forensic costs. The pair will, however, be required to each pay 50% of their kids' health care expenses, sports and extracurricular activities. The ruling came after Baumgartner requested $248,000 a month in child support, which the Field of Dreams actor claimed he couldn't afford amid his changing job situation. Instead, he claimed $51,940 a month was the reasonable amount. He also accused his former partner of requesting extra money to fund her own personal expenses, like cosmetic procedures, boutique shopping, ATM withdrawals, and construction loans. Costner is also a father to 3 adult children, Annie, 39, Lily, 36, and Joe, 35, with his ex-wife Cindy Silva. He also shares son Liam, 26, with former partner Bridget Rooney.